Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome back. First off, huge thanks for all the subs. I know I've been kind of quiet lately, but we're back on the grind and I'll be uploading way more from here out. So, today's video is going to be a bit of a shorter one. We're going to be taking a look into the full evolution of Path of Titans and how the game changed over time. Let's get into it. So, to make this easier, I'm breaking Path of Titans history into eras: the old era, the mid era, the new era, and to this day, what I think is the start of a brand new era. So, let's get started. The old era. The old era was basically the Wild West of pot. The roster was pretty freaking small, Pandora's borders were way smaller, and the game was just pure chaos. Not a ton of players. Everyone was just throwing hands, kind of like today's deathmatch servers. And fishing was, in my opinion, honestly, the first big spark of the game. It made semi-aquatic, like the semi-aquatic gameplay, it made it feel legit for the first time. And then came the biggest single update of the old era: Styraco, Collision, and Pandora's borders being removed. That update officially completed Pandora. Not long after, we got Serrato and Meat Chunks. Now, during the COVID pandemic was when the devs were actually like non-stop releasing dinos. Like after every second you got a new dino. They were pumping dinos out like Kentro, Lambio, Metri, Sarko, Alberta, Alio, Iggy, Stego, a couple like stat updates and survival quests and new food items. We got water quality, some new abilities: Dasp, Anno, and Bone Break, Eotrike, Home Caves, Growth, Allosaurus. We got Meg 2 and Bars, and a bunch of huge combat updates. And finally, to end the old era, for the last update, we had Amarga. And after Amarga, to like finally polish the end of the old era's reign, was the teasing of Gondwa. Alderaan just teased Gondwa. Everyone was so excited. And that's when it created a bridge for the mid-era. So the mid-era kicked off with one massive release, Rex. Hype was like unreal, and this was when pot really started gaining popularity. After that came Picno, Packy, and the Knockback update. Everyone was absolutely goofing around. There was Cliff Campers and tons of other goofy, like, knockback demons who would literally do anything to ruin your day. Then we had the defining update of the mid-era, Gondwa. Along with Gondwa came Kai and Thal, followed by Conca, Serrato, Metri, Alio, Suko, Latin, and Campto getting their models updated too. So, another big update was the Night Stalker. It got AoE attacks and it brought a bunch of major combat changes. Later on, Pounce was added alongside new attacks, and Tyrannosaurus also released. For Christmas in 2023, we got hats and replay mode. And in early 2024, Achillo dropped, and shortly after, Rampharinkus, which wrapped up the mid-era. At this point, pot was really in a good spot, and the community was loving the direction of the game. But the new era was when the TLCs started gaining popularity. The new era was all about TLCs, polishing dinos, updating abilities, and improving models. It all started with Lambio TLC, followed by Struthi, Mira spawning in the game, Kentro, TLCs, new critters, nesting, Picno TLCs, Latin TLC, a new Kentro attack, Dasp and Bone Break changes, more critters, footstep audio updates, and the teaser for Pamelaria. And then came the biggest update of 2024, Titan. There was a paywall. Everyone lost their minds. Alderaan removed the paywall and dropped Packy TLC as kind of like a New Year apology, which was a huge W. After that, the devs went crazy with TLCs. Serrato, Rex, EO, Duck, Suko, Bars, Alberta, Anno, Styra, Conca, some new aquatic critters, new distant calls, Spino TLC, Sarko, Ramph TLC, and finally Hats. All of these got their TLCs, and plus new quest updates to close out the new era. So, what is the golden era? This is an era I just made up because I think right now pot is, beginning to have a new era. 6 days ago, we got Tylosaurus and a fire new map called Reparia, and a bunch of TLCs for Kai and Urino. This update goes hard, and honestly, I think we have officially entered the golden era of Path of Titans. So, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know down in the comments which area you joined in, whether you're an OG from the early days or brand new to the game. Also, I forgot to say, here's a new timeline for you guys. Feel free to use it. I've spent a lot of effort and time making it, and it's pretty accurate and up to date.